Are you living your best life? Lack of energy, weight gain, even hot flashes can all be signs of a hormone imbalance. BioTE Medical has a unique hormone replacement solution that has helped hundreds of thousands of people, just like you. In fact, our providers have performed more than 1 million procedures in the U.S. Ready to live your best life? Age healthier. Live happier. Find a certified provider at biotemedical.com.
Joining us with a unique way to fix it and forget about it, welcome Dr. Gary Donovitz to explain from BioTE. Good morning.
Good to be here.
All right. The bottom line with hormones is that they kind of keep our body in check.
Well, that's right. You know, the problem is people have been getting medications and medications for this problem and that problem, for depression and weight gain. No one's ever even looked at their hormones. I learned a long time ago that was really the wrong way. We've over-medicated people and not balanced their hormones. If you want to reduce your risk of heart disease and Alzheimer's disease and osteoporosis and breast cancer, the best way is to balance your hormones, not take a bunch of medications that could increase your risk for cancer.
In fact, I've said over and over again, when I was having so many problems after having my son, no one ever asked me about my hormones, but everyone wanted to medicate being tired, wanted to medicate gaining weight, wanted to medicate everything. And all those medications had the possibility of damaging my liver. And so I thought, but it still wasn't fixing the problem. And finally, it was your thyroid.
Yeah, see, now you just know that you're going to take a medicine for a disease, and then you're going to have to get treated for the side effects of the medicine to treat the disease.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so when it comes to hormones, we're talking bioidentical or natural?
Yeah, all bioidentical.
Okay.
Really, in this day and time, there's no need for synthetic hormones. We have exactly what you need, whether it's testosterone, whether it's thyroid, or whether it's estrogen. No need to take hormones from a horse and other things. Those things your body never made to start with. If you want to balance your hormones, bioidentical is the way to go.
Okay, and the way that you do it is very unusual. It's very interesting, but it works in harmony with what the body needs.
Right, so we use very small pellets. It's like a grain of rice. We put it back there in the hip. Last you for 4 or 5 months, do it a couple times a year, and your hormones stay not only balanced, but they stay consistent. That way you're not up and down like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
The problem with pills and creams is your hormones are swinging all over the place. Whether you're a male or a female, it doesn't matter. Swinging hormones do not do well.
Yeah, all right. So I get asked this question so many times, and as you do as well. You finally put it down in a book, Age Healthier, Live Happier, Avoid Over-Medication Through Natural Hormone Balance, and it just is a way to help explain this to people in an easy, simple way.
Right, it just explains to people that what big pharma, what the pharmaceutical companies are doing to you is not making you feel your best no matter what your age. Yeah. We're going to live a lot longer. You might as well have a great quality of life, because otherwise you live longer with a poor quality of life. That's just not good.
Yeah, in fact, the medications I was prescribed would cost me $800 a month. Instead, I pay $40 a month to feel good. Okay, so the test, that is a big thing, too, that a lot of people don't understand. So go get tested, and someone says you're within the range.
Right. So within the range is not really important. You want to be optimized. You want to be better than the best. We want everybody to be above the median in terms of testosterone, estrogen, and thyroid. If you put all those together with great nutraceuticals, your body feels like it did when you were in your 20s. And isn't that really the way you want to feel?
Yeah, because aging is kind of the diminishing of hormones. So it's going to catch up with just about all of us.
It's going to get you.
And so when you replace those hormones, you find that you get that energy back. You feel better. You look better. The ability to lose weight, all those things are better.
Right. So you have more energy during the day. You sleep better at night. Sex drive is better. Sexual performance is better.
Oh, you got some takers. You got some takers. All right, let me just invite this. Not all doctors test the same way or look for the same thing. So if we're trying to make sure we get the right thing done, tell us about BioTE.
Yeah, so what BioTE does is we look at the hormone levels that you need. We know how to interpret those labs. Once those are interpreted, we can optimize the hormones just for you. Whether you need testosterone, estrogen, thyroid, we do all of that for you. Every BioTE office is exactly the same. We do it all based on a dosing site. Everything you need to know is covered in the book, and all the BioTE doctors, there's 1,000 across the country, they've all been trained the same.
Wow, okay. To order Dr. Donovan's book, Age Healthier, Live Happier, log on to BioTEmedical.com, and BioTE is spelled B-I-O-T-E. So BioTEmedical.com, easy read, and it just answers all of your questions because it's not if, but when. We'll be right back.
Some of the symptoms that I was experiencing were some hot flashes during the day, night sweats.
I was tired all the time.
Low libido, just kind of felt like I was a slug.
I wasn't even interested in intimacy with my husband.
My moods were horrible.
Fatigue, lack of energy, not sleeping well at night.
I was grumpy all the time. I just had no joy.
Low energy level, sometimes confusion, just not thinking real clear early in the mornings.
I didn't feel like I was myself.
I thought it was just part of growing old, aging process. I didn't realize that my hormones could be out of whack.
They tested me for pituitary tumors and all kinds of things, and I asked, can you just check my hormones? And that's when they found out that I wasn't making any estrogen.
I had a friend who told me about BioTE and what it did for her, and then I was hearing these ads on KOA and other radio stations promoting BioTE Medical, and it all sort of converged at the perfect time for me.
I loved the idea that it was natural. I loved the idea that it wasn't something I had to remember to rub on my skin or take orally or whatever I needed to do.
I tried every hormone under the sun before BioTE.
Being in radio, it's stressful. There's always things happening. You've got to be reacting really quickly. And for me, for a while, that was kind of difficult. And then I figured out, okay, it's my hormone imbalance. We got that corrected with BioTE. And since then, I feel like I'm raring to go every day.
I found really the results to be pretty immediate. And I think even some of the things I wasn't even aware of, I found a little bit more mental clarity. I didn't realize I was foggy until the fog kind of cleared.
I finally just looked back after a few days once they kicked in and thought I really feel good and I feel like I want to run, and I've never in my life ran.
I'm type 2 diabetic, and since I've been pelleted, I've been able to come off one of my 2 diabetic medications. I've stopped using my antidepressant drug that I've been on for years, and I've also been able to get off of my cholesterol lowering medication.
First thing I noticed for me when I knew something was different was I was doing the dishes at about 8 o'clock at night one night, and my wife looked at me and said, "Why are you doing the dishes?" And I said, "I don't know. I just can't stop doing them. I just feel like I can get stuff done."
I was excited to be able to keep up with my kids and my family and the life that I love.
I feel confident and I feel excited about living.
Being able to just be spontaneous again has been just a huge asset to our marriage.
It just feels like I'm a newlywed again.
At the beginning of the program, I was engaged, but now I'm married, and my husband even tells me that he didn't realize that it could get better. But I feel like I'm able to give him a better of myself that I didn't even know that was missing.
Now, my husband is pleased that my libido has come back, that I've got my energy, and my kiddo is thrilled that I can run around with him.
Teachers and dean of students that ask me, Lisa Ann, what are you doing? And it's BioTE.
I recommend BioTE to everybody who talks about hormones, who's out there wondering what's wrong with them. Go for the optimized levels, and the way to do that is go to BioTEmedical.com like I did.
I would like to thank BioTE for changing my life.
For helping me to get my life back.
For giving me a portion of my life back that I didn't even know I had lost.
For what it's given me back, a healthier, happier life, more energy. My husband has his wife back, my kids have their mom back.
I want to thank BioTE for helping me age healthier and live happier over the next several years of my life. I'm really excited about what's to come.
So during this last year, I finally got my book published, Age Healthier, Live Happier, and it's really a great book for all of the patients and consumers and physicians for that matter that want to say, how do we actually age healthier? Not anti-age, but age healthier, and how do we do it without being on medications? And so what we do in the book is examine how things went wrong. How did Big Pharma get so tied up into healthcare doing disease management that we actually made everyone feel worse? And how can we go back to doing healthcare instead of disease management and make people feel better? And so the book kind of transitions you through that time when Big Pharma took over, got us all unhealthy. We had all these side effects and other problems from the drugs we were using, and for that matter, costing us so much money that we couldn't afford to take care of ourselves or our family. So Age Healthier, Live Happier, what it does is it's a roadmap to take you through what happened. How did Big Pharma get us so sick? How did Big Pharma rob you of your quality of life? How did Big Pharma over-medicate you and actually rob your pocketbook of money you could have used for your family and for living a great life? So it starts with that, and then it says, how do we get healthier? How do we do healthcare again? How do you feel better with less drugs? Wouldn't that be great, feeling better, but not taking medications? And you do that through hormone optimization. And it makes the point that there are studies out there and there's ways to optimize your hormones that are so simple that you do a couple of times a year, that you don't have to take medications, and yet you have your best quality of life. That's how you age healthier. There's no anti-aging. You're going to get older, but wouldn't it be great as you get older to feel your best? And that's what the book's all about. And I hope physicians, I hope patients, men and women, read the book and then say, you know what, my life could be better if this was my roadmap.
Today on Home and Lifestyle TV's For Your Health, we look into an incredible way of boosting energy, mood, and overall health, thanks to bioidentical hormone replacement therapy using tiny pellets. It's making one of the biggest buzzes in America these days, so we stopped by one of the leaders specializing in this hot topic, BioTE Medical, to find out much more about this fountain of youth, so to speak. We spoke to BioTE certified providers and their patients about this incredibly popular and life-changing therapy that people can't seem to stop talking about. This balance of nature and science brings extraordinary benefits, including regaining energy and muscle strength, greater ability to lose weight, increased mental clarity, libido, and overall health, all while preventing age-related illness such as Alzheimer's disease and osteoporosis. At the center of all this excitement is founder, BioTE president, and author of bestseller Age Healthier, Live Happier, Gary Donovitz, MD.
So a lot of people have low libido, they're tired, they don't sleep well at night, and they go to many doctors and they have the same problem, and they've told doctor after doctor after doctor, this is what I have, low sex drive, I'm gaining weight, my brain's not working correctly, and they all get told the same thing. It's just getting old. It's normal. Would you like some antidepressants? Would you like some sleeping pills?
The most common symptoms that I see are patients who have unexplained weight gain, who are tired, who are having difficulty concentrating. They may be irritable. They may feel sad or depressed.
Just in the last few years, I've really started to notice things like fatigue, lack of energy, not sleeping well at night, tossing and turning, hot flashes.
Low libido, just kind of felt like I was a slug.
Sometimes confusion, just not thinking real clear early in the mornings, and by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was done, I was crashed.
So I was tired, moody. I couldn't stand myself. I felt bad for my husband and kids to have to live with me.
These people need their hormones optimized. Using subcutaneous hormone pellet therapy, we can optimize their hormones, return their quality of life to them. They have a great life, both in work and with their relationships and with their children. That's really what they want.
BioTE certified providers are trained in BioTE's state-of-the-art training facility in Irving, Texas. The success of this training, developed by physicians for physicians, has made BioTE a leader in bioidentical hormone balancing across the country and is highly supported by natural health physicians and advocates. Feeling better starts with a simple blood test. Since precise dosing is the key, patients are given an individualized dose of testosterone for men and estrogen plus testosterone for women. These cardio-activated pellets are placed just under the skin, delivering balanced hormones 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 3 to 5 months. Based on daily activity, the hormone pellets release all-natural, bioidentical estrogen and testosterone consistently in the body to achieve optimal levels.
All I had to do was go and do a simple blood test, and once they ran all my numbers, they realized that I did have some low T issues. I went in and met with the doctor. I received my pellets, which was a simple process, took just about 20 minutes or so, and within, I would say, 2 weeks, I definitely felt better.
Good morning, Denver. April Zesbaugh here, 850 KOA on Colorado's Morning News. Being in radio, it's stressful. There's always things happening. You've got to be reacting really quickly. And for me, for a while, that was kind of difficult. And then I figured out, okay, it's my hormone imbalance. We got that corrected with BioTE. And since then, I feel like I'm raring to go every day. And it's really important to this kind of job.
Type 2 diabetic, and since I've been pelleted, I've been able to come off one of my 2 diabetic medications. I've stopped using my antidepressant drug that I've been on for years.
I was excited to be able to keep up with my kids and my family and the life that I love.
First thing I noticed for me when I knew something was different was I was doing the dishes at about 8 o'clock at night one night. And my wife looked at me and said, "Why are you doing the dishes?" And I said, "I don't know. I just can't stop doing them. I just feel like I can get stuff done."
I didn't realize I was foggy until the fog kind of cleared and I realized that, I was thinking more clearly.
I actually lost a ton of weight simply because I had that increased energy. I was sleeping much better at night, waking up in the morning feeling so rested that, it truly has changed a lot in my life.
So I just had 3 patients this morning that told me that their lives are changed, they feel better, they are less fatigued, they don't feel as irritable, their night sweats are gone.
There's such a change and I feel young again. I almost felt like a withered plant, where I was just withering, and now I feel like I'm refreshed and renewed.
I've had several patients go so far as to say, this has changed my life. This has been the treatment that I've been searching for the last 15 years.
To get your copy of Age Healthier, Live Happier, or to find out more about bioidentical hormone balance therapy using pellets, there are many resources and videos available at BioTEmedical.com, or to find a trusted, certified BioTE provider near you.
I was overweight, so I built a career around being healthy. I thought exercising and eating right was all that mattered. And then I hit my 40s. I had hot flashes, I couldn't sleep. I was irritable all the time. A simple blood test showed my hormones were out of balance, which led me to BioTE Medical. It literally changed my life. Look, I'm 57 now, but I feel 30.
Age healthier, live happier. Find a certified BioTE provider at BioTEmedical.com.
I spent 23 years in the military. I retired 3 years ago. You'd expect to enjoy your retirement.
Life for myself every day was sitting at the house, anxiety, depression, not a lot of energy, didn't want to get out of the house, didn't want to really do much.
Sitting at home, suffering from depression, PTSD, be by myself.
because so many of our veterans come back with post-traumatic stress syndrome. That's a big problem. They can't think well. Their memory's gone. Their energy level's gone. They don't sleep well. Their relationships are really on the mend, and they really can't get functional jobs.
So normal treatment prior to being pelleted was going to see the doctor. They want to put you in some sort of counseling, anger management. The problem I have with that is it really sets you back, I believe. It doesn't really get to the root of the problem.
You know the interesting thing, conventional medicine, what they do, they think antidepressants. They think memory pills, which resemble amphetamines, and then sleeping pills to sleep at night are the answer. They're really not the answer, because if you look at quality of life, those people are no better off than they were before they were medicated. The reality is at least 50% of those people, especially the ones that have had traumatic brain injury, blast injuries, and those kinds of things in the war, they have hormone imbalances, which begins with the pituitary gland. Their growth hormones are low, their testosterone levels are low. In women, their estradiol levels are low.
Dr. Donovitz, of course, came over, and we met at the back of the bay at Topgolf, and he was like, just please, I promise you, you will feel better. He says, it won't cost you anything. He said, just come to the office and let's get going on this, because I want to see you live a better quality life.
What we do is actually optimize their hormones, get rid of their symptoms naturally using bioidentical hormones. That way you don't have to be over-medicated, and guess what? Their quality of life returns. So they have a great quality of life instead of being over-medicated where they can't work and they can't function in their relationships with their wives and their children.
A friend told me about BioTE. He sent me a link to the website. Thought I'd give it a shot.
I noticed the difference fairly quickly. Family members have come to me and say, wow, you know, we've known you our whole life and you're doing a lot better.
After the second week, I started leaving the house again. It made me feel wonderful.
I'm smiling more, and you know, I'm enjoying life now.
Get a better quality of sleep at night. Before the therapy, I was sleeping probably 3 hours a night, and now I'm getting a good 6 hours. Pain levels, they're way down. I'm up to running 4 miles a day now. As before, some days I wouldn't even get out of bed.
Bella and I get out pretty much on a daily basis. At the dog park, whatever activity that might be going on, I feel like going now. Before, I didn't feel like going.
With BioTE, it's given me my retirement back.
And the depression's going away, the anxiety's going away, and the energy levels way up, way up.
BioTE changed my way of life.
You know, this treatment has been much better than any treatment I've ever been through over the last 5 years. If you are suffering from PTSD, you know, the medications, the rehashing everything, the counselors, the anger management, there are other options.
It's a simple blood test. What do you have to lose?
I would recommend it for any of my brothers out there, sisters. You know, please, you know, give it a try.
It's amazing how something so small that's implanted can make a big difference in your life.
Definitely like to thank Dr. D and Mandy for approaching me that day. It has made a great change in my life, and I just want to tell them thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, BioTE.